Colton LaCroix.
Welcome back. Clear skies out toward the Oregon coast. But man, we are going to be waking up to a big change, not just for the coast, but even across the valley for tomorrow. Here's a live look out toward Heceta Head and the Sea Lion Caves. Not much surf going on at all right now. In fact, swells over the past couple of days have been between 2 and 3 feet. So that is relatively calm compared to what we typically see. Now, we are tracking an area of low pressure offshore, and that seam that you see across areas of Eugene, we may actually be fairly gray tomorrow and may not even be able to see Spencer Butte because we were tracking a cold front, likely going to bring some cooler temperatures and even the possibility of some rain chances for tomorrow morning. Now, don't get too excited. It may be a tenth to at most a quarter of an inch, and it's mainly just going to be focused for areas of Eugene, Corvallis, and out toward the Oregon coast. Areas like Roseburg, Canyonville, Glide, you are going to stay dry, maybe a stray sprinkle, but for the most part, once this front passes, the big warm-up begins, and most of us are actually going to be in the triple digits as early as Sunday, and that'll last into next week as well. Now, all good things must come to an end, and we are expecting some return to normal by next week, and that does mean back into the 70s and 80s with kind of some partly cloudy skies. So the good thing about this heat wave coming is it looks like it's maybe a 2-day event, maybe 3-day, and then we're going to start to see a return to normal. Clear skies across the Willamette Valley right now, but you see that cloud cover offshore rapidly approaching. Well, that is our cold front, and this satellite imagery kind of mimics a late September, early October day when we start to get those first fronts. And yes, we are in the middle of dry season, but this does occasionally happen. If you remember last year, we kind of got a summer cold front like this that moved through, but it's mainly going to be some temporary shower relief on Wednesday. Once it passes, the heat is on. So through the course of tonight, still going to be remaining in the 80s. By tomorrow morning, though, you can start to see the showers approaching as early. It's around 11 o'clock tonight. Here as it moves inland, you can see most of the activity is going to be focused up toward the Portland Metro. Just some light showers across the Willamette Valley and out toward the Oregon coast. And you can see it's not going to add up to much. The best is about a tenth of an inch for our neck of the woods. A little bit higher towards Newport and Portland, maybe close to a third of an inch. For the most part, once we head into the weekend, that is when the heat is on. So here is the trough of low pressure responsible for the showers on Wednesday. Once it passes, high pressure starts to build back in, and you know what that means. Temperatures are going to be on. All right, 7-day forecast for the coast. Chance of showers early in the day on Wednesday, and then we shift gears to dry and even gusty conditions toward the coast into 75 heading into Sunday with those wind gusts possibly near 40 miles per hour if you're west of 101. For the Roseburg area, 80 on Wednesday. We're back into the triple digits on Sunday. Monday, possibly 105 degrees before we start to see some relief by Tuesday. We're not going to call it a cool down. We're going to call it relief. All right, for the Cascades, 65 on Wednesday. There is your heat coming in by Monday at 90. And across the Willamette Valley, 75 Wednesday. You can see the temperature trend. 90s on Saturday, 100 on Sunday, and Monday at 102. You're watching Oregon News Now at 4 on KCI Now.